Hello Pharma guys, welcome to our channel Easy Learn Pharma. So today I am going to discuss about a new important part of the emulsion. So what is that part? That part is identification test of emulsion. Okay, so what is that part? And that part is identification test of emulsion. So what do you mean? That means to identify, okay, that means to identify the such type of emulsion, whether it is O by W or W by O type of emulsion. So to identify the such type of emulsion, which type of test is required? That is dilution test. Second one is dye test. Next one is conductivity test, and last one is fluorescence test. Okay, so by using the such type of test, you have to identify whether it is O by W type of emulsion or W by O type of emulsion. Clear? So one by one I'll be discuss. So first one is dilution test. So what do you mean by dilution test? Or by using the dilution test, how to identify whether it is the O by W type of emulsion or W by O type of emulsion? Clear? So now come to the point, dilution test. Okay, so before going to the dilution test, first of all, you should know some important portion of the emulsion so that you can easily understand what I am telling regarding the dilution test. So first of all, last class I had discussed regarding the classification of the emulsion. Okay, so according to the dispersed phase, according to the dispersed phase, or you can say simple emulsion, simple emulsion, it is classified into two types. One is O by W type of emulsion, another one is W by O type of emulsion. Clear? So what do you mean by O by W type of emulsion? Now in this emulsion, or it is a oil in the water, it is a oil in water type of emulsion, and in this emulsion, oil is a dispersed phase, okay, and water is a continuous phase. Clear? And in this phase, that is the water in oil type of emulsion, in this emulsion oil is a dispersed phase, and sorry, in this emulsion water is the dispersed phase and oil is the continuous phase. Okay, simply you can say in the oil water type of emulsion, the oil molecules, okay, the oil molecules having in small amount, having in small amount, and that oil molecules are uniformly dispersed in the form of globules, in the form of globules in the water medium. Clear? And in this phase, that is the double by O or water in oil type of emulsion, in this emulsion the water having the small amount, the water having small amount and oil having large amount. Okay, so in this case the water molecules, okay, in this case the water molecules are uniformly dispersed in the form of globules, okay, in the oil continuous phase. Clear? So that is the classification of emulsion. So it is of two types, oil in water or water in oil. Suppose I am giving the another example so that you can easily understand how the dilution test perform to identify the emulsion, okay, to identify the emulsion. Suppose this one is O by W type of emulsion. That means oil in water type of emulsion. Clear? That means oil is the dispersed phase, and water is the continuous phase. And oil is the small amount, oil having small amount, and water having large amount. Okay? That is the water part having in continuous phase, okay, and This one is oil part having dispersed phase. Okay, before preparation. So, before preparation, the O by W type of emulsion, or before preparation, W by O type of emulsion, that is water part, and this one is oil part. Okay. So, listen carefully what I am telling. So, before preparation O by W type of emulsion or W by O type of emulsion, so first you have to know, so what is the composition of the emulsion. The simple composition is oil is to water is to gum. Okay, so that is the simple composition of emulsion. Okay, so the next point is before preparation any type of emulsion, so first you have to know, or first you have to calculate how much amount of gum you have to taken for the preparation of O by double type of emulsion or double by O type of emulsion. So what is the importance of the gum? All of you know gum is a emulsifying agent. Gum is a emulsifying agent, and that emulsifying agent is used to miscible with the two immiscible liquids. Okay, so before preparation any type of emulsion, first you have to calculate how much amount of gum you have to take for the preparation of emulsion. Suppose you have to prepare the oil in water type of emulsion. Oil is the dispersed phase and water is the continuous phase. Okay, and in that time, after preparation, okay, after preparation of oil in water type of emulsion, if you will dilute with dilute with oil. Okay, so after preparation the O by W type of emulsion, if you will dilute such type of emulsion with oil, so what is the problem will be arise? Okay, what is the problem will be arise? And definitely will be marked the phase break. Definitely we mark the phase will be break, and after breaking the phase, it will separate to each other. Okay, and affects to the stability of the emulsion. So let's see what is the diagram. Okay, so dilution with oil, what will be happen? Okay, so after dilution with oil, the phase will be break. Okay, listen carefully. So, suppose you have to take the oil in water type of emulsion, and after preparation the O by W, or after preparation oil in water type of emulsion, if we dilute with oil, so what is the problem will be arise? And after dilution, definitely will be marked the phase will be break. That is the phase break. Let's see. So this one is the oil phase and this one is the water phase. So after phase break, it leads to separate to each other. Okay, and definitely it affects the stability of the emulsion. So how it is possible? All of you know before preparation the any type of emulsion. So first you have to calculate the amount of gum. Okay, and that amount of gum used as the emulsifying agent, and that amount of gum is sufficient to creates a barrier in between the globules or creates a film on the surface of the globules. That's why it miscible with each other. After preparation the O by W type of emulsion, if we add the extra amount of oil, and definitely in that time those amount we have to take in for the preparation of O by W type of emulsion. Okay, those amount of gum you have to take in for the preparation of O by W type of emulsion, and that amount of gum is not sufficient to miscible with oil and water. That's why after adding the or after dilution with extra amount of oil, the phase will be break to separate to each other. Clear? Now on the next point, so now come to the point dilution. Okay, so in that case, all of you know that is the all in one type of emulsion. If in this example, before testing, all of you know it is a all in water type of emulsion. So now come to the point. If you don't know which type of emulsion present in the beaker, okay, suppose this one is the emulsion that may be O by W type of emulsion or that may be double by O type of emulsion. I don't know. Okay, I don't know which type of emulsion having in this beaker. So according to the dilution test or by using the dilution test, you have to identify whether it is O by W type of emulsion or double by O type of emulsion. Let's see how it is possible. Suppose this emulsion dilution with water, okay, this emulsion dilution with water, if the phase will be break, if the phase will be break, okay, so I don't know which type of emulsion having in this beaker, and this emulsion if dilution with water, okay, after dilution with water, if the phase will be break, so which type of emulsion? Definitely you can say that is the W by O type of emulsion. So how? Okay, so how? So let's see the diagram. That is the W by O type of emulsion. Okay, listen, let's see. So after phase break, it is separate to each other. This portion is called known as water phase and this part is known as oil phase. Clear? So how it's possible? Now I don't know which type of emulsion is there. Okay, so after dilution with water, if the phase will be break, then definitely that amount of gum is not sufficient to show their action by adding the water, and definitely in this case water is used as a disperse phase. So that's why after adding the extra amount of water, that water leads to the phase break and it's separate to each other. This one is the water part and this one is the oil part. Clear? Suppose, so that's why it is a double by O type of emulsion. That means water is the dispersed phase and oil is the continuous phase. Clear? If the phase don't break, okay, don't break. So what is the diagram? If the phase don't, if the phase do not break, that is oil part. Okay, listen. So in the dilution test, I don't know which type of emulsion having in this beaker. Okay. If the emulsion dilution with water, if the phase will be break, if the phase will be break, then definitely you can say, and definitely all of you know, if that amount of gum is not sufficient to show their action by adding the extra amount of water. That means in this emulsion, water as a dispersed phase. Clear? So that's why it is a double by O type of emulsion, and that is the diagram of separation of double by O type of emulsion. Okay, water is separate, oil is separate. So after phase break, this emulsion looks like. Clear? Next, if the phase don't break, so it is a which type of emulsion? Okay, after dilution with water, if the phase does not break, then definitely it is a oil in water type of emulsion. How? Now, because sorry, how it is possible? Because after dilution with water, in this emulsion, the water is used as a large amount. So that's why after dilution with water, all the amount of water is completely miscible with the large amount of water. That's why it does not change the phase. Clear? So that is the diagram of oil in water. Clear? So suppose this one is the emulsion. I don't know which type of emulsion having in this beaker, and if the emulsion dilution with oil, okay, dilution with oil, okay, if the emulsion dilution with oil and if the phase will break, phase phase break, then definitely you can say that is the oil in water type of emulsion, because that amount of gum is not sufficient to show their action by adding the extra amount of oil. So that's why in this case the oil definitely act as a dispersed phase or in the form of the globules. So that's why it is a oil in water. This is the diagram. Water phase. And this one is oil phase. It will separate to each other after dilution with oil. Clear? And let's see if the phase does not break. Okay? Don't break or doesn't break. Doesn't break. Okay? So after dilution with water, if the phase doesn't break, so definitely you can say it is the water in oil type of emulsion. Clear? So it is. So let's see the diagram. That is oil part, and this one is water part. Okay, so if the emulsion, I don't know which type of emulsion having in this beaker. So if this emulsion dilution with oil, if the phase will be break, then definitely you can say it O by W type of emulsion. If the phase doesn't break, then definitely you can say it is a double by O type of emulsion, because after dilution with oil, the large amount having the oil, that's why after adding the oil, it is completely miscible with the large amount of oil. So that's why it does not change the phase. Clear? So after dilution with oil, if the phase doesn't break, so it is a double by O type of emulsion. If the phase will be break, then it is a O by W type of emulsion. Clear? According to the dilution test, you have to identify whether it is double by O type of emulsion or O by W type of emulsion. Clear? And the next identification test is dye test. Okay? The next identification test is dye test. Okay? So all of you know, according to this name, so what do you mean by dye? Dye means what? And dye means some coloring agent, having some coloring agent. Okay, that means you can easily understand that by using some coloring agent you have to identify whether it is O by W type of emulsion or W by O type of emulsion by using such amount of, or by using the coloring agent, or by using some dye. Clear? So which type of dye you have to use for the identification of emulsion? There are two types of dye you have to use, that is amaranth dye. It is amaranth dye. Another one is scarlet red dye. Okay, so first of all, you should know the amaranth dye is a which soluble and the scarlet dye is a which soluble. That's why you can easily understand that after using the amaranth dye or after using the scarlet dye, you can easily find out whether it is O by double type of emulsion or double by O type of emulsion. Suppose, sorry, the amaranth dye. Amaranth dye is a water soluble dye. That means when you have to use or when you have to add the amaranth dye in a O by double type of emulsion, and definitely in that time the amaranth dye is soluble with water and the large or the continuous phase having the colored. Okay, and if in the double by O type of emulsion, if we'll add some amaranth dye, definitely the amaranth dye soluble with water and the globules part having the colored. Clear? And the oil part is having the colorless. Clear? And the next one is the scarlet red dye. Scarlet red dye is a oil soluble. It is a oil soluble. Clear? So if the emulsion having O by double type of emulsion, and in this emulsion if you have to use some scarlet red dye, and that is the oil soluble, and after adding the scarlet red dye in O by double type of emulsion, the globules part having the red color, and you can easily understand it is a oil in water type of emulsion. And in this emulsion if you will add the scarlet dye, the large amount or the large surface having the colored. Why? Now because it is a oil soluble and the large amount having the oil part. So after adding the scarlet dye, the oil part having the colored compound. So definitely you can say it is a double by O type of emulsion. Clear? So now the another example. Okay, suppose in this beaker, I don't know which type of emulsion having in this beaker. Okay, I don't know which type of emulsion having in this beaker, and in that time you have to use some dye test, and by using the dye test you have to identify whether it is double by O type of emulsion or O by double type of emulsion. So I don't know which type of emulsion having in beaker. Clear? So in that case you have to use some amaranth dye. Okay, so after adding the amaranth dye you have to take some sample, one drop. Okay, you have to take some sample from this beaker and placed in a microscopic slide. Okay, under the microscopic vision it examine, if it is examined, the globules part having color, then definitely you can say it is a double by O type of emulsion. Why? All of you know the amaranth dye is a water soluble. Water having in the dispersed phase in the oil medium. That's why the globules part having the colored. So after adding the amaranth dye, you can say if the globules are colored compound, and definitely you can say it is a double by O type of emulsion. Okay. If the large if the continuous phase if the continuous phase having colored. Okay, so after adding the amaranth dye in this emulsion, if the continuous phase having colored, then definitely you can say it is the O by W type of emulsion. Why? And because all of you know it is the water soluble. Okay, so that's why. So after adding the amaranth dye is soluble with water, and that water having in the large amount. That's why the continuous phase having the colored compound under the microscopic vision. Clear? Okay, and the another one is the scarlet red dye. Okay, so by using the scarlet red dye, you have to identify whether it is double by O type of emulsion or O by double type of emulsion. So how? So all of you know his scarlet red dye is a oil soluble. Clear? So I don't know which type of emulsion having in this beaker. Okay, I don't know which type of emulsion having in this beaker. So you have to add some scarlet red dye. So after adding the scarlet red dye in the emulsion, if the globules having colored, and definitely you can say it is the O by double type of emulsion, because it is a oil soluble. Then or the oil part is dispersed in the form of globules in the water medium. That's why the oil part is the colored compound, or that's why the globules part is the colored compound. Clear? So if the after adding the scarlet red dye, if the if the continuous phase have been colored, then definitely you can say it is a double by O type of emulsion. Clear? So by using the amaranth dye or by using the scarlet dye, you have to identify whether it is O by W type of emulsion or W by O type of emulsion. Clear? So amaranth dye is a water soluble and scarlet dye is a oil soluble. Okay. Now the next parameter is the conductivity test. So by using the conductivity test, next parameter is conductivity test. Okay. So by using the conductivity test, you have to identify whether it is double by O type of emulsion or O by W type of emulsion. So how to perform the conductivity test? So also conductivity means what? Conductivity means you have to pass some electricity. Okay, you have to pass some electricity. So by using or by passing the electricity in the emulsion, okay, by passing the electricity in the emulsion, you have to identify whether it is double by O type of emulsion or O by W type of emulsion. Okay, so first of all, you should know water in oil or oil in water. So the composition is oil and water. So first of all, you should know which one is the good conductor for the electricity. Now all of you know water is the good conductor for electricity and oil is the bad conductor for electricity. Clear? Water is the good conductor and oil is the bad conductor. Suppose, okay, I don't know which type of emulsion having this beaker. Okay, so in this emulsion you have to passing the electricity. So how? You have to add two electrodes, positive and negative. That is two electrodes you have to add in this emulsion, and in this electrode you have to place a low voltage ball. You have to place a ball. Okay. So if the ball glows, now tell me which type of emulsion having in this present? Sorry, which type of emulsion having in the beaker? Definitely after using or after passing the electricity, if the balls having glows, and definitely it is a O by W type of emulsion, because all of you know water is the good conductivity and the water having in large amount in this emulsion. That's why when I will pass the electricity and by the help of maximum amount of water, the ball will be glows. Okay. If the ball does not glow, definitely you can say that is the double by O type of emulsion, because in the maximum amount of oil is present in this emulsion. That's why after passing the electricity, it does not glow the ball. Clear? So by using the conductivity test, we have to identify whether it is O by W type of emulsion or double by O type of emulsion. Clear? And the next parameter is fluorescence test. The next parameter is fluorescence test. Okay. So before you know that, first of all you should know oil and water. Okay. So when the oil and water come in contact with the ultraviolet ray, in that time the oil showing the fluorescence. Why? Now because the physical properties of the oil, it shows the fluorescence when it comes in contact with the ultraviolet ray compared to the water. Clear? So if I don't know which type of emulsion having in this beaker, okay. So you have to take some sample, one drop. You have to take some sample, that is one drop, and placed in the microscopic vision and placed in a microscopic slide. Okay, in that time you have to use, or in that time you have to pass some ultraviolet ray. Okay, so when the sample, or when the drop of sample of the emulsion come in contact with the ultraviolet ray, in that time you have to examine under the microscopic if the globules having show the fluorescence, and definitely you can say it is the oil in one type of emulsion, the oil because the physical properties of the oil, when it comes in contact with the ultraviolet ray, it shows the fluorescence. So if the globules having the fluorescence, when you have to check the microscope vision under the ultraviolet ray, if the globules having the shows the fluorescence, then definitely it is called as, if the background if the background having fluorescence, then definitely you can say it is the W by O type of emulsion. Background means the large amount of the emulsion or the continuous phase, that is the background phase. Okay, if the background having the fluorescence after passing the ultraviolet ray, then definitely we can say it is a double by O type of emulsion, because in the large quantity oil having present, that's why after adding, say, after comes contact with the ultraviolet ray, it's shown the fluorescence. Clear? So by using the such type of test, we have to identify whether it is O by double type of emulsion or double by O type of emulsion. So what are there? The first one is dilution test, second one is dye test, third one is conductivity test, and the fourth one is fluorescence test. Clear? Thank you very much.